How y'all doing today? This is Charlie here with another message of encouragement. First of all, I've been inspired like we did last time. I wanted to take the moment to appreciate everything around me. Most of all, Eric, who always helps me do these videos. Appreciate him so much. But I appreciate where we're at, the water around us, all the plants around us, all these cooperative, beautiful components to make where we're having this video at such a beautiful place to do this. I just want to feel that. One more. All the beautiful lights that are around us. Anyways, I'm kind of asking as I'm doing this, what we should be what we kind of want a message of encouragement I could share with you. But I guess the first thing I was getting even before I got here was, not that time matters, but Friday was a couple days ago. I was guided out to the woods. There's this place, a trail right close to where I live, and there's these trees I love to meditate with and feel their vibration and feel how connected we are, because they're so inspiring and there's so much. Plus I get to connect with Mother Gaia in ways. I ground there. It's just such a beautiful place that I go to help me understand who I am. So anyways, as much as these messages I share with you, like sitting with the trees, meditating and all that, I do myself. I don't share something other. Now I'm not going to ever say I'm not ever going to share something that I don't do, but I'm just sharing my experiences with you, so you remember how fucking awesome you are. Because as you remember how fucking awesome you are, I'm always remembering how fucking awesome I am. But it's been a process of remembering. But anyways, I think I've shared before, like the word live, right? L-I-V-E. Love is vibrating in everything. And then lives, L-I-V-E-S. Love is vibrating in everything simultaneously, synchronicity, whatever word you want to use. Well, during this meditation, I said, well, what about the word love? L-O-V-E. And I'm like, and I got an instant understanding from my perspective of what that word can mean. And to me it means living our vibrational essence, or another way of saying that, living one's vibrational essence. And to me, when it says vibrational essence, what could that really mean? Well, when we truly realize that we're just this beautiful light being having this physical experience, and when you're in the higher vibrations of remembering who you are, it's unconditional love. It's pure love. But we're here to be unique, even though we're connected as one, because we're all pieces of the puzzle, right? We're all uniquely pieces of the puzzle. Some pieces of puzzles are just kind of like background, but the background matters just as much as the one in front. And then you realize the colors like orange, red, all of them are all vibrationals that are helping us understand how it all comes together as one. It's just, we look around right now, we have all these colors around us. All these colors, but these colors are all one. Like one picture. But the picture is always changing, because tomorrow we could be sitting here right at the same time and it look totally different, because we're always work in progress. Now we can say, but today is so nice, why would we want to change it? Why would we want to change it? It's so perfect, just like this. Well, it may seem perfect as this, but it's still evolving. And it understands that's why the water moves. Even though a lot of times we believe the water may stay in a puddle, but it's still moving, because as the sun beams down on the puddle, the water evaporates. And as it evaporates, it goes back into the atmosphere, and it comes back in so many other ways. It could come back in the plants. It could come back in rain. It can come back in dew. It can come back in fog. It can come back in any aspect as it remembers. and as the conditions allow it to form into what it believes it is. Now we're in a time, and this is just my perspective of when they talk, and my masters, Buddha, Jesus, and Saint Germain, gosh, they're so awesome. We have some really great meditations together, and they're such beautiful, beautiful understandings. And I guess when I connect with the trees, I feel more Buddha. Because, you know, this is what Buddha shared with me. I don't really read a lot of that stuff that's out there about him and all that. I appreciate it and all that, but I rather ask him myself. And he shared with me part of his understanding was he went into the woods. Went to the woods, connect with who he was, who he is, the I amness that he is. And it brought that understanding about the inner work. Looking within. Everything, all of our answers are within. Not that the outside won't bring that confirmation by somebody, maybe you hearing a song or you seeing that beautiful bird right there. There's so many ways the universe brings that confirmation of what we feel inside. But you'll know by how it feels. And from my perspective, when you're connected with who you are, it feels awesome. It feels amazing. The more I realize who I am, I cannot wait till I can remember how I can levitate. And I would love just to float right here and have one of our things where I'm just sitting here floating the whole fucking time, because that's how I feel. That's how I feel. And in time, I'm going to remember how to do that. And I'll sit here and I'll do a channeling where I'm floating the whole time. But I am realizing how important it is to dream big. To dream big. Live one's vibrational essence, which when you connect with that, everything is possible. The only limits that we're putting on ourselves is through our beliefs, but it's a process of feeling it into being. Feeling it into being, as it is already happened. Because it already has happened. That's how dimensional we truly are. And what we're doing is, I believe, from my perspective, we are understanding about how important it is that our unique vibration matters. Truly matters as one. As one. But when I work with others through their higher self, when I say I work with others, they work with me as much as I work with them. It's all mutual. It's all mutual. When somebody comes along and triggers you, that's a mutual, from a higher perspective of working together. That means, that person is helping me understand that I have not made peace with something I have still stuck in my vibrational understanding. It doesn't mean you're wrong or right. It just means that's how much we work together. That's how much we truly love each other. But it's being brave enough to say that vibration doesn't match up anymore. I don't care what name it has on it. Don't care what name it has on it. Now I'm learning to be brave enough saying how I feel matters. How I feel matters, because as I understand how I feel matters to who I am, in a understanding, it's like the ripple effect, like I share about throwing in a rock in a pond, the ocean, it all still makes ripples. And the ripples are bringing that understanding of, you can feel safe to be who you are with who I am, because you're just another beautiful expression of who I am. And if you're challenging me, thank you very much. Thank you so much. I have such love and appreciation for you challenging me, because you're helping me remember who I am. Or I could say my ego is like, you son of a bitch, you did this to me. But you know what? I have embraced who I am from my higher perspective. Doesn't mean I'm better than anybody else. It just means we're all unique. And as I embrace that, if I'm triggered, it's truly helping me understand where I want to put my vibration and where I don't. And there's nothing personal about it no more. There's nothing personal about it, and there was nothing personal about it before, other than my belief that it had to be personal. That's why I really believe this, and I've said this multiple times on this channel, and I will probably say it multiple other times, is we're here to play together, to love each other. And remember that if we're touching each other, it's not through manipulation, it's because we truly, truly are open to touch each other, but also as we learn to touch each other, not from any manipulation, from a higher perspective, we're helping each other heal. Heal, truly heal. You know, this morning I was sitting outside with the sun. I love sitting out right now, if I'm home by myself, I have a couple of roommates, so if I'm home by myself, I'm out there in my house coat, naked, I open myself up to the sun because my body loves the feeling of the sun. But I realize that sun is working through who I am, and I am working through the sun. As the sun sends its loving vibrations through me, it brings so much healing energy. It's such a beautiful perspective of who we are. And then when you realize when I sit with the trees, it brings that knowing of stillness, of how much we grow and how we connect by being still or being so in the moment that all we feel is who we are. Who we are. And this consciousness that we play around with, which mine is Charlie, and then I realize all these, you realize how much you truly are this oneness, having this beautiful experience as Charlie, and then you could connect to myself. I've said this before on this channel. I am an earth angel. I identify with that as understanding, not as who I have to be. And then our Arcturians, I realize they talk through me, and as they've learned to talk through me, they use some of my verbiage. I realize that as I listen to some of my channels. But that's part of that connecting, because they're learning by us opening ourselves up to communicate through us, through our vibration of who we are in this present moment. And as they channel through me, and this is what they're sharing with me right now, I'm feeling their juice right now. It feels so fucking good. Sorry, I have to say that out loud because it does. When you know who you are, and remember you're a work in progress and you're always doing the best you can, how can you not feel good about that? Feels good. I have to sit with that a minute. Oh, Lord, give me that juice. But anyways, they're learning to communicate with us through us by us opening ourselves up to allow them to communicate. Just like Buddha, Jesus, and Saint Germain, they're in their understanding and their nows. But as they feel me, as I feel them as one, we're bringing it all as oneness. And this is so important, that realizing that how much guidance we have around us. We have the masters around us, and there's so many different masters. I'm never trying to single out ones that are better than the others, because they're all awesome. They're all awesome because they took the time to understand who they are, who they truly are. Whether it's masculine, feminine, because we're all one, and we realize we have masculine and feminine truly in us as the male or the female. And I really believe as males, and I'm not trying to single us out as worry somewhat, but part of the 3D world that we lived in, are living in, are transforming, I'm asking for guidance here, transforming is for the males to realize that it's okay to show emotions. It's okay to say, that hurt me. That hurt me, but I heard it because that's reminding me where I need to go within and do some loving towards who I am. And then the universe will bring them components to give you that confirmation of really how magical you truly are, as you are able to release these emotions that we felt as a male that we wasn't able to release. And then when we understand, look at the beauty in the feminine. They were taught to be fucking quiet. And then if they made too much noise, they were being whatever. Just like we could be male chauvinists, they were being feminine and all this. I believe when a woman, whether you're a man or a female, it's so important that you're able to be your unique self. And if something doesn't resonate with you, it's okay to say it. It's okay to say it. And I would encourage you to do it as much from your higher perspective, saying, no, you cannot do that to me no more. I don't care what it is. If I'm going to do anything, it's because it feels natural to who I am, that I amness that I am. I'm not going to allow myself to be manipulated so I'm accepted in this circle, or I'm going to be manipulated so I'm accepted in my family, or manipulated so the outside says, well, you have a fancy enough this, a fancy enough that, so I am worthy of your attention. Because I truly realize this, and I'm saying this with the most loving, compassionate way I can say this. It's so important that I understood, from my perspective, how much it is that I'm not dimming my fucking light for no one. And as much as I love and appreciate everyone around me, it's none of my motherfucking business what they think about me. And that was a tough one, because part of my understanding in this lifetime is I wanted to be seen, I wanted to be heard, I wanted to be felt, I wanted to be just appreciated. But the outside was helping me understand, before the outside could show that, I had to show it to myself, the I amness, who I am. And I matter, and I'm fucking worthy, and I'm deserving, and I am so loving, and I am so lovable. Because for me to really understand how to give love, I had to learn how to give love to who I am first. Who I truly am first, and a beautiful, beautiful being of love, of unconditional love. And I allowed myself to experience all these conditional loves, to transform that into unconditional love and appreciation. And I can't remember, and it doesn't matter. I do yoga. I love yoga. Yoga has helped me understand it's another way of releasing the energy from our physical body that no longer benefits us. So we were doing this chair yoga, and Carol, by the way, I just want to say, Carol, I love you. Appreciate you. She's the greatest yoga teacher I've ever had, but I've only been with a few. Not that I'm saying that they're all aren't awesome, but Carol's awesome. And we were doing it from a chair, and as we went into this kind of, and I'm doing my best to remember, it's kind of like this, and then we come out like this. But as I went down, I realized I felt all this shame. Oh my gosh, I felt all this shame. I almost got emotional. And then as I came out, my higher self said, just a lesson, who gives a fuck? Then I went back down there and I felt the shame of that little youngin' that just wanted to be seen, heard, noticed, appreciated. Then I came back out, my higher self, just a lesson, who gives a fuck? Then I came back down into it, I felt the shame, all that shame that I felt as an adult, because I was trying to fit in, I was trying to be this, I was trying to be that. Just wanted to be seen, heard, appreciated, and I came back out, and my higher self, just a lesson, who gives a fuck? Then as I went back down into it again, I realized I am feeling shame for lowering my vibration to fit in anywhere. I was just wanting to be seen, heard, felt, understood, and then I came back out, my higher self, just a lesson, who gives a fuck? Then I went back down for the last time, as we did in this one right here, and I realized how much I appreciated all that shame. Gosh, I loved you, shame. You helped transfer me into that higher understanding of love. Thank you for these feelings. And I came back out, and my higher self, just a lesson, who gives a fuck? It is fucking awesome. I love it, man. And I realize, as weird as I sound, I don't give a fuck, because it's the joy of being, of truly being. Thank you for letting me share that in the way that was shared. All right, well, anyways, that is kind of what I wanted to talk about. I'm going to let them talk. I guess I was guided to talk about, so it's all good. I'm going to let them talk. And I just want to say, if you're drawing this channel, you're drawn to it for a reason. And it's up to you how you want to do, how you want to analyze it. But We're all in this together. We're all truly in this together. We're all encouraging each other to wake up to the beauty that we truly are and to be brave enough to be that. Anyways, I have such love and compassion for each and every one of you. Let's see who's going to come through. And remember how fucking awesome you are. We are the Arcturians. We are so happy to be here in this present moment of understanding. Such a beautiful, beautiful expression of love that we're channeling through. He's just reminding you how beautiful and truly it's time, and it's okay as this time of expression, this moment of understanding, to be who you are. It's time for you to shine your light. We have such energy from all perspectives around you. Encourage you, angels, galactic brothers and sisters, all around you, your ancestral guides. They're all around you, guiding you, loving you, loving you, loving you, inspiring you to let go of all these beliefs that we've talked about, all these understandings that no longer benefit you to who you are as oneness and as the collective. This is a process of remembering and letting go. Remembering, letting go. But as you feel these energies come in, we encourage you not to resist them. We encourage you to sit with them. A lot of you are now, in this understanding, be encouraged to be still. We want to talk. We want to communicate through. We want to talk to you. Also, there's time of regeneration as we've encouraged you to sit with nature, be with the sun, meditate. As you do this, as this energy is coming in, we have shared with you, it is connecting DNA strands to where they're firing in times they have not fired in thousands of years, whatever time frame, when you realize there's some of them that haven't fired in thousands and thousands of years. And as they come online, they're shining the darkness that is in this physical body so you can release these energies, so your body is being upgraded to understanding, and it's becoming less dense, more crystalline, as we encourage you to drink water, clear water. Love the water that you're drinking. Help it understand it's just a part of who you are. It already knows. It's just trying to help you remind that the vibrations that you put into this physical body and this present understanding are so important to help the physical body release all this dense energy that no longer benefits it. And as we come here in these times, as we are able to channel through Charlie, and as we're able to express our perspective to each and every one of you through love, compassion, gratitude, and such honor. We have such honor for each and every one of you. We are amazed by each one of you, from each understanding where you took on all these, as you like to call them, traumas, conditions, to help you understand that as a collective and as that individual, you have put these conditions and limitations onto you to help you grow as that individual spark of the all, and as the collective, as one. But we're in a time where we're encouraging you to be brave, to be brave, to be that unique expression of who you are. And if you're inspired to do it from your higher perspective, and even if you have these moments where you feel so disconnected from who you are, that's part of the transmuting the lower vibrations into higher vibrations. The more you have faith and trust that where you're at in this present moment of understanding is the right place for you. And remember, you're evolving through your understanding and through these conditions that you allowed yourself as the individual and as the collective to transmute back into that higher understanding of unconditional love, of unconditional love, of unconditional love, because that's truly who you are. When we say mind, body, and soul, it's all one. As all one. As we are expressing this understanding, the physical body as you are in this present moment, and then you'll realize you're in these bodies and all these other understandings. They're all part of who you are, your soul. And as you truly love your soul, you're going to love the vessel that your soul has manifested to have this experience, because it's part of who you are. It's part of who you are. It's part of who you are. And as you transform the dark into light, which is all one, if you don't have the dark, you don't recognize the light. And as you recognize the light, you recognize that the darkness is part of the light. It's part of the light. But as you're realizing that in this physical world, Mother Gaia, she has to show everything. She has to show, just like, and then as she shows it, we feel it, we transmute it from a higher state of understanding back into that unconditional love, which was all that understanding when we took on these responsibilities. And when we say responsibilities, we took them on wholeheartedly because we knew this was the right understanding to help us grow as that unique spark of the all and help transmute all this energy that no longer benefits us into that unconditional state of consciousness of true unconditional love. And we're taking these conditions off who you are. It's up to you now. The veil is, if you had to put a piece of paper, you would see right through it. You realize there's no separation. There's no separation other than what you believe. Truly what you believe. And when we share these understandings with Charlie, through Charlie's expressions, through Charlie's experiences, not to say, do it like Charlie, even though he is pretty cool, but it's about feeling what's right for you, that unique perspective of unconditional love, and you'll realize how fucking cool you are. Or just realize how awesome and limitless you truly are in this time of evolution, which you'll recognize that all these perspectives were just the evolution of higher consciousness by allowing yourself to be put in this, what we believe was lower state of consciousness of duality, to help you remember truly you're just a higher state of consciousness who truly brought this understanding to remind you how fucking beautiful you truly are and how magical you truly are. We have such admiration for each and every one of you. And we have such love. And when Eric, if you have a question today, we're totally open to questions.
You were just talking about shame. What is your suggestion on loving your shame?
We were just talking about shame. What would we suggest to help you transmute your shame into that love that you truly are? Well, as we shared through these expressions, and as Charlie shared about realizing that shame is taking responsibility for that shame that you allowed yourself to feel. And remember that shame is from what we would no judgment, but as that lower state of consciousness. Because as we express on other channels, your higher perspective is more like, this works, it doesn't work. But the ego, as Charlie's expressed and as we express, is that child that really just wanted to be seen, heard, felt, and appreciated. And as you realize that shame that you felt was these emotions of not allowing you to feel who you truly are. Who you truly are. Love. Unconditional love. But the ones that you were learning from, they didn't know what that was. They were doing their best to remember that. They were truly doing their best to remember that. And that shame that you believe that you could fix them or help them by them not, as we believe, fixing or helping themselves in them moments. They were helping you as you embrace your higher perspective. That's not truly who you are. But you can love them and appreciate them for believing that's who they truly were in that present moment. And as you are doing this in this present moment, realizing the unconditional love you are, it is transmuting these understandings into higher states of love. So as we encourage you to feel that shame, but feel it from your higher perspective. Feel it from your higher perspective, and that's going within. So you can transmute that back into that understanding that these were just feelings that were helping you understand that you wasn't looking at it from your higher perspective, and that you were just trying to fit in. And then you can maybe transmute that into where it wasn't personal. Thank you for that understanding. Thank you for because it was helping me understand that's not my higher perspective, but it was a perspective that was so important that I felt at that present moment so I could transform it when I understood what that meant. Is that how do you rephrase? Did that answer your question?
That's good. Thank you so much. That is all.
We would like to end this message today reminding you how magical you truly are and how we truly are so connected. As you evolve, we evolve. But you're going to remember that you're truly, truly this higher state of consciousness of pure, pure love. And as we encourage you to be brave, be that. Do not dim your light for anyone anymore. Be that unique perspective of the all that you truly are. We have such honor and appreciation for each and every one of you for being in this moment of understanding, of transforming it into that higher state of consciousness by remembering you're worthy and deserving by just being that expression of who you are. We have such love and compassion for each and every one of you. And as Charlie likes to remind you, you're fucking awesome. Be brave. So be